Oh, of course, we're the number one Trump podcast on YouTube and the number 2 Christian podcast on YouTube.
Yep, I take a bump for Trump every morning.
God.
Oh my gosh, take a picture of your poop and then put a little Donald
Trump wig on every day, just a dump for Trump.
3, 2, 1.
But who is that?
This is the end of the mystery.
Well, if it isn't our old friend...
Zeitgeist Zealots. Hey everyone, welcome to Zeitgeist Zealots. I'm Forrest.
Major.
I'm Robbie. We had some technical difficulties, so we're doing this over again.
We also have a fourth person, Robbie.
Trump.
Yeah,
No.
named
Trump, yes.
Named Trimp.
Tip. His name is Tip.
Name is Trimp.
Yeah, Tip did the fusion technique with Donald Trump, and now he's Trimp.
He's Trimp.
So they gotta go fight.
He's gonna go fight Majin Biden.
Yes, Majin Biden. Yeah. So.
Oh! Wait, no. There's another joke in there.
It's a very short saga.
Maybe he's fighting Majin Biden, but I really feel like a better character for Biden would be Frieza. Because he's freezing when he talks. Come on, guys. Have you not?
Oh, really?
Do you not listen to the president talk anymore? You should listen to some of his speeches.
You could have thought of a cooler joke.
Well.
He's
Sound like it hot.
Major, he's very old. Be respectful to
my elders,
because we will hopefully, maybe, be that old one day and be just as decrepit.
Bro, if I'm not printing out 3D organs for the next 100 to 200 years, I'm gonna be hella pissed off.
Well, I'm sure AI can help generate them too. So to stay topical, but we've just
speaking of topical.
We've been watching some really bad shows lately. The Secret Invasion.
It's awful.
Comes to mind. Echo.
Awful. She-Hulk.
Man, I thought we were about to watch another one.
Yeah, but we stumbled upon because like pretty much everyone on the internet's been raving about it. We're just late to the party, but we're going to talk about Blue Eye Samurai today.
But you know what? It's really organic because I did some research online about like the growth of Blue Eyed Samurai. BES is the BEST, if you don't mind. But it turns out like a lot of people like recommended Blue Eyed Samurai, and then eventually people got around to watching it, right? Like Critical Drinker got enough recommendations, so he eventually watched it, right? And so it's just so funny. Like you talked about it for maybe 3 weeks on the podcast before I sat down to watch it, and then I talked about it for 3 episodes, and I just wouldn't shut up. I was like, dude, this TV show is so fucking good. Like this is the greatest anime of all time. And Rob's like, dude, I'm not watching this. And then he's like, I'm definitely
anime.
Yeah, I put out a text like, man, I don't feel like binging this whole thing today.
Because we were gonna do the podcast yesterday.
What do I do later? I end up watching the whole thing.
The whole thing. Dude, that's
Damn it, Robbie.
That's like one of those nights you're like, dude, I'm not going out. I got to work early in the morning. I'll just go out, have one beer, nothing crazy.
One more episode.
And then it's just like the craziest night of your life. But
damn it, Robbie.
Dude, Blue Eyed Samurai was binge-worthy. Like, just congratulations. Fuck. So thank God. A good show. This podcast hasn't watched a good show.
I was actually... I might have missed a few little details in the first few episodes because I was actually with a few of my friends playing that new game Power World that's blown up.
Oh,
basically Pokemon with guns.
I think I've heard
about it.
this.
When I first saw it, I legit thought it was a joke at first. It's actually kind of a cool game. It's like a survival based. It's like if you mix Ark with Pokemon.
With guns. Oh, that's what Ark's got a bunch of guns, right?
Ark is like a survival game.
That's fine.
It's like a survival-based game, and you're basically catching all them to work at your base and stuff. Fight with you.
Enslaving things?
No,
you can
we call it Pokemoning.
I don't know if it was meant to be put in the game, but apparently you can even catch the NPCs. There's a small chance.
That's hilarious.
Possible.
Free guy.
You gotta use the Master Ball.
Well, before we watch the greatest anime, of all time, or discuss the greatest anime of all time, let's get started a controversy because people don't even agree that Avatar: The Last Airbender is an anime. But I mean, this was animated in Japan. it's animated, but it's done anime.
But
It's like a
anime's
it's
a
kind
style.
of a cool way they did it because it's still
Anime-
stylized like a
Yeah.
2D art, but it's
Was it-
3D animated.
Yeah,
Was it the same
kinda cool.
studio that did Arcane, Legends of the Arcane show for Netflix?
coming out with
I've
season
heard good-
2.
Yeah, I never saw that, but I heard good
Me
things about that
neither.
as well. But I'm guessing the animation style is the same, but it's the same studio. It's like a French studio that did Blue Eye Samurai.
On YouTube, there's a behind the scenes. It's like 8 minutes.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, even my wife watched it. She's so fascinated. She can't wait to watch this because I've been talking about it. I made her watch like a couple videos, and she is super interested.
Well, hopefully,
And that's
she doesn't
crazy.
Watch it. Hopefully, her reaction is the same as the one she had when she watched Lost.
no, it's not. Also,
if it turns out Mizu's been dead the whole time, oh boy.
bummer. Oh no,
There's
dude,
some-
she
there's
will
gonna be some anger
never.
on-
She'll never watch another TV show ever again. Also, speaking of
pretty wild.
tricking my wife into Lost. Shout out to all of our new subscribers on YouTube. Hey everyone, joining us. We've recently doubled our subscriber count over the last month or week.
Yeah.
It's not a huge flex.
Doubled.
Yeah, we went from 8 to 18. But you know what?
Ooh.
We're moving on
Hey,
up in
we
the
still
world.
doubled it.
That's right. And I made a little short about tricking my wife into Lost, and that blew up, relatively speaking. So that was fun too. So if you haven't seen that, check that out on
Seems some shorts
on
are the way to
YouTube.
go.
Yeah.
Get people
Hey,
Who loves short shorts?
we love short shorts.
YouTube, apparently.
YouTube, TikTok brain, everyone. We all love short shorts.
You guys remember Vine? That was huge
Well, yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, and then TikTok.
I really thought Elon would have brought Vine back by now because Vine got bought by Twitter and then shut down. So when Elon bought
Bought
Twitter,
it just to shut it down.
I would have
Well,
thought for
short-
sure they'd bring Vine back, but he hasn't.
Yeah,
brought, he
doesn't he
hasn't brought it.
technically own Vine?
I mean, he owns
Well,
he owns
shorts-
he owns X, which owns Vine. So I imagine the IP's there.
Shorts basically is Vine.
Oh, for-
as is TikTok.
Well,
I
6
wonder if
seconds.
it's a
Fine.
matter of just turning it on or if he just has the name.
It's a great
I wonder
question.
what they did with it.
Elon, please come on the podcast so we can ask you more about this.
Go
can-
from
he-
go from 18
That's a good idea.
subscribers to have
He
an
can
Elon
follow him
on.
up.
That would
That'd
be
be-
That will definitely.
But he would
more
do it too.
subscribers Again.
He's like the one person in the world who'd be like 18 subscribers. Yeah, that's enough for me. Oh, go on.
I'll blow this podcast up.
Only if you post the episode on X, like Mr. Beast did, which we would,
Yeah.
Elon. We would post it
I guess-
Oh
exclusively on
yeah,
X.
apparently, yeah. Mr. Beast put
Made
his
a,
first video on X or Twitter.
made a solid $250,000 on it.
See what he gets. Yeah, it was like over 260,000 on that
Mhm.
video.
Pretty good.
Wow,
Just testing what he can make on there versus YouTube.
It's fun.
impressive.
It's fun stuff.
But it wasn't even a new video. He put out that video before on YouTube.
Yeah, he re-released it.
So
right?
imagine him putting a brand new video on X and YouTube at the same time.
Who?
Mr. Beast.
So is X more lucrative than YouTube? Is what you're saying?
That's what we're gonna find out. That's what he's trying to find out.
Not at the moment,
Okay.
but
No.
he can make it an option.
Can you post the shorts on YouTube to Vine?
I
mean,
can-
X?
you can put like hours long videos on.
So I also wanted to test this. So Zeitgeist Zealots, like Mr. Beast, in the same week, wanted to test.
you
this.
threw-
we
oh, you
wanted to
threw some
compare.
videos
Yeah.
on
So
there?
I put some shorts
Oh.
on there. Specifically the Blue Eye Samurai one that blew up last week. And last time I checked,
blew up. Nice pun there. Woo,
Thank
you're so
you.
clever.
And the Twitter views were 88, and the YouTube video views were 3,000, and then TikTok was
Huh.
somewhere around 300. So
Apparently,
a big difference still. And
apparently our followers on X are just like cam girls or
I hope
I
so.
think scammers.
Yeah,
I
probably.
mean, not real cam girls.
All
just like
right.
Scammers posing as cam
Yeah,
girls.
scammers.
But, you know,
That makes
cam
sense.
girls.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the hustle.
so-
Hey, you know what?
You think they're enjoying your insightful political commentary?
Since I've been like posting videos, and we're a small YouTube channel at the moment, YouTube is now recommending other small YouTube channels to me. So it's been really fun to like check out what people who have like 15 subscribers or 2,000
I haven't-
subscribers have been watching.
I haven't even searched, but I've been seeing our shorts pop up on my YouTube.
Let's go.
You are subscribed, I
But-
hope.
But yeah, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it's because I'm a subscriber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're blowing up, guys. I mean, like I'm I put some
They're
video
bluing-
edits
they're
in.
bluing it.
I'm gonna use that pun 14 more times today. I just want you to know that. You can
So with Blue-Eyed Samurai, what year is it set in? It must be
17th
fertile
century.
Japan. No, it's futile. Futile Japan? Fertile
Yeah,
Japan?
Feudal.
I was guessing
Feudal.
1600s.
Yeah, feudal Japan, 1600s.
Yeah, because 1633 was apparently the year that they closed off their borders and they weren't like trading with anyone
Yo.
else in the world, and they like kicked out all the white people, like all the all the Europeans
All.
who had settled, who had like tried to like spread Christianity or like set up trade with Japan. They just kicked them all out in like 1633. So this takes place like in the 1650s, because the last episode is called like the Great Fire of 1657, which was an actual fire. And apparently, was it what was the city? Kyoto?
Kyoto.
That happened? Okay,
The
which
big
apparently
one.
was the biggest city in the world at the time.
Right? Dude, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I love learning history. I love infotainment. But before we talk about this
Yeah,
baddest
the
of
culture,
bitches,
all the culture it is.
let's talk about The Bad Batch. You guys want to
Oh,
watch
yes.
this new trailer that just dropped? Season 3.
They're not
The
they're not
final
good at following
season.
Orders.
we already all watched it.
They might say they're bad.
Tip,
Have we?
it didn't record. We have to rewatch it.
We have to go back.
So
Okay, we can watch it. We can watch it.
we gotta go
Hold on.
back.
Just for-
All right, you guys ready to watch some Bad Batch?
I can't wait.
Oh my god, I've never seen this before.
I wonder if they'll be bad this season.
Maybe there'll be a bad.
Whoa, who's driving? Kelsey Grammer?
Not exactly a stealth exit, boys.
He got into a car accident. So.
Did he? Oh,
Yeah.
boo.
And didn't make it.
I was waiting for someone to shoot someone so I can make an Alec Baldwin joke. But then,
Oh.
no, they didn't shoot anyone.
Too soon.
Well,
We'll see if he goes to jail.
Uh oh.
He ain't gonna be in season 4. No one is. This is the last season.
Oh,
Her hair just changed.
someone's growing her hair
Yeah.
out.
It looks sad.
Crosshair.
Yeah. It looked like he just found out the liquor store closed.
So does she.
Yeah.
It's not over yet.
February 21st.
Something dark side.
Something
Needed to accomplish this goal, you will have it.
I wonder what that goal is.
There wasn't it?
They are coming.
Oh, it's Samus. For Metroid. For
Samus.
Metroid.
Oh, we know that person. We know that person too. Wow, I wonder if a third person's gonna come back from the dead at the end of this trailer.
Quite.
I haven't seen it, but I read an article about it.
You might say they're bad at following orders.
But this doesn't look like a bad TV show. This looks like it might be the best season yet.
Very tempting.
Like, what is Asajj Ventress doing back here?
So who is
Isn't
she?
That's Asajj Ventress. She's supposed to be dead. They
She's
pulled.
hair?
They pulled a Darth Maul. She does now. They pulled a Darth
And a
Maul.
Palpatine. And a Boba Fett. No one dies in Star Wars.
No
Not when
one
there's toys to be
dies in Star Wars.
sold. So, okay.
They have
so,
cloning technology.
but- What was so cool about this show, Bad Batch, was that there was like no Jedi in it.
All right, close that activity out.
'Cause,
Right.
like the whole point of these spin-off
How do
shows
I-
is show like, hey, Star Wars is more than just Jedi and Sith. And what do? They just like, hey, here's some Jedi and Sith. I guess she's a Sith with a yellow saber. But
Well,
yeah,
I
let's
don't
talk
know.
about
She
Blue
might
Eyed
be.
Samurai.
She might be dead, and or she might have died. You know, metaphorically, and came back, and that's why her lightsaber's not red anymore. And now she's yellow. Rob, on the bottom of Discord, there should be like a red button that says "Leave Activity" or "Exit Activity."
Okay.
I'm hosting now.
All right, now everyone just leave the activity.
Okay. Do I press the red button?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that
Okay.
was a disconnect.
What red button?
Don't press the red button.
No, do press the red button.
Am I hosting yet? I want to host.
Okay.
Now you're hosting.
How-
Now you leave.
Yes, I'm hosting finally.
This is so much
Okay.
editing.
I
Uh,
got the
so-
power.
Blue Eye
Dude,
Samurai.
no, don't have the power. Leave. We can't talk about Blue Samurai until he leaves the activity.
I don't know how to.
The red button at the
Sure.
bottom.
Big red button. At the
End
bottom.
activity.
At the bottom? Hold on.
3 years, 18 subscribers. I have no idea how.
God dang it! I don't know.
Wait, okay, we could
No, that's the wrong button.
We're going the wrong way. So wait, is it not recording, Nage? Because it looks normal to me.
No, what? No, everything's good. All right, now
okay,
we're back.
okay.
Thank you. Okay. 3,
Okay, Blue
2.
Eye Samurai.
No, shut up. We have 3, 2.
What?
It's editing. You have to do it for the edit. 3, 2.
Hey everyone. So that was a great Bad Batch trailer we just watched, and immediately preceding that trailer, we're ready to talk about Blue Eye Samurai. So episode 1.
Nothing awkward
Hammer
happened
Ford.
there.
Totally
Amber's
wasn't
skin.
a bunch of issues.
Yeah, we're professionals. So Hammer, I guess the first episode.
Hammer time.
Blue Eye Samurai. Yeah. So we get little like intro.
Wait, first off,
or
before we
like
dive into the nitty gritty, let's just all talk about how great the show was. The show was
good.
It
was really good.
fan-fucking-tastic.
This was like
I watched the show and I was like, wait, have I been sleeping on an entire genre of entertainment? Like they told the story
That Robbie's known about for 40
so
years.
masterfully, right? Like, have you ever like listened to like, you know, you've never like heard you don't like country and then you hear a country song and you're like, damn, this is a good song. Have I just been writing off this entire, you know, part of culture just because like it's not what I'm used to? Like, this was some of the best storytelling I've witnessed in a very long time. And
Especially
Well,
compared to what
sans
we've been
medium.
used to.
oh my god,
this was the anti-secret invasion. It's interesting that you say we've been missing on this section, this portion of pop culture. But I'm wondering if the same studio who animated Blue Eye Samurai was the same one who did like Arcane, the League of Legends show on Netflix, because I guess the animation style is similar. But I don't know if it's the same studio or not. But I mean, people really see, and it's also similar to the Into the Spider-Verse movies, the animation from those movies. So it seems to be like sort of they seem to be like going back from 3D, because 3D took over animation in like movies and in like TV for like the past 20 years, like post Toy Story. But
Now they're putting them both together.
now they're just like, let's do this hybrid of 2D and 3D.
It
And
looks
maybe-
really well. It works really well.
It's almost like 4D. It's almost like maybe even 6D.
I mean, Robbie will tell you firsthand.
You can
It is
multiply
like 4D. Like, you get sucked in. You get lost in time. You're like, I'll watch one episode. 8 episodes later, like you're like, this is some excellent anime. And Forrest, they're different production studios. This was done by
you could've told me.
This was done by Blue Spirit, whereas the other one was done by Fortuna.
And Blue Spirit is from La France, right?
They are both French. They are both French animation studios.
So all the Japanese animation studios, let's get a French one to do our show that's set in Japan.
Let's do
Well,
it.
it was look different. I mean, I guess they just didn't want it to look like an anime. They just wanted to look distinct. And I guess this animation house in France was the way to go, and it worked out well.
I thought it worked
But
out great.
yeah, the first episode, we got like 8 to get through, so let's start with the 1st
Let's
episode.
dive in.
So like Mizu, it's like in 1657 where Japan has isolated itself for 20 years, no Europeans, but Mizu is looking for 4 white men who are in Japan. One apparently is already dead. We find out later. She's already killed one.
She killed
That
one.
tattoo she got.
Yeah.
I guess they
Yeah.
just didn't show
I
that.
guess there's gonna be like the season 2 might be just like a flash. The entire season will just be a flashback of her killing Violet, maybe.
So
I
how
think that guy's name was
how good is this show? So Mizu is our main character, right? Who is just like one excellent just allegory for, I don't know, whatever you want to. I mean, you can put as much of today into this TV show as you want to, or you can just take all the politics out of it and just sit back and watch an excellent TV show, right? But she's a she, you know, spoiler alert, he is a she, Mizu. It's a Mulan, basically. It's a Mulan.
Steroids.
Yeah, it's so fucking good.
Rated R Mulan.
Dude,
set
doubly
in a
rated
different
R.
country too.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. We're just
Yeah.
being like,
And no dragon. And no
Japan
dragon
does
side,
how Japan would do Mulan.
right?
and no dragon sidekick voiced by Eddie Murphy. Just a handless sidekick voiced by the guy from Heroes.
We get
But they kicked all the white people out.
Ronan.
Ronan.
Yeah,
Ringo.
so what-
Ringo's the
I knew it started with
sidekick.
an
Ringo.
Ringo's the
Where was George?
sidekick.
Where was George and Paul?
I liked him. He was great.
Yo, I thought Biscuits was good on Echo. That's the only thing I liked about Echo. But dude, Ringo was like 100 times better than Biscuits. I love me a good
Ringo actually
Duffy
got
side
something.
character. Yeah, he did.
He's there to be useful, and he proves
Guys,
that.
he useful. I love it so much. But
I like
so,
when she looks. It was when she actually pointed out that he was useful was all those arrows.
that was
coming
so
at him.
touching when when she
He
saves.
comes
Yeah,
in. He's already like shielded and stuff.
yeah,
on
and
a
he
horse.
saves them, and she's like, "You are useful."
Useful. Yeah.
Dude, such a
Yeah,
beautifully
so-
well told story. But she is a half breed. You know, she's considered a demon. She's half white, half Japanese. They kicked all the
Biracial.
white people off, right? But there were 4 tycoons, white guys who stuck around. She killed one of them off screen, and then season 1 is about her quest to kill the other 3. Spoiler alert: she only finds 1, which means there's just more.
And the
seasons
other
to
2
come.
aren't. The other 2 probably aren't in the country anymore. No massive, flash forward. But I guess
So she
the
wants
other
to
two-
hunt white people, and I am all for it, bro. Let's hunt them white people. They suck. Let's get them.
See, badass female character and stuff, but I don't get.
Yeah, dude. See, this is the worst thing that
Yeah.
could possibly ever happen to like the woke left side of X, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Because
feel anything
everyone,
woke about it.
yeah,
She's
people are
such a
like, "Oh,
badass out
Miss
there."
Marvel's terrible. She-Hulk's terrible. Echo's terrible," and everyone's like, "You're
Well,
sexist."
I
It's
think
got
some
nothing
of them
to
they
do
make
with it.
they're
It's the
making
writing.
female character just a cheat code. Where this, you see her struggle through the whole show.
Yeah, I mean, no one
Yeah.
likes a Mary Sue. No one's liked a Mary Sue for 30 years. It's well documented. No one likes a Mary Sue. Why Disney, Marvel keeps, and Disney, Star Wars keeps making all their characters Mary Sues makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Well,
Mary
yeah,
Sue is
she
just somebody
definitely-
who can't be hurt.
we definitely get a lot
yeah,
of
I don't.
backstory.
I'll be honest. I don't.
Oh,
catch
Mary
it.
Sue. Mary Sue is a term to describe a female character who has no struggle in her character arc. It's just straight up.
Okay.
Like, you know how like Rey was so fucking good at everything she did. Like
I pretty
she
much got
mastered
what
the
you're saying. I was
laser.
just wondering where it.
She
came
mastered the lightsaber. She mastered the Force. Like, she was like the best flyer. She was the best scavenger. She had no struggle. Her character arc was a straight up line.
The Indian character in What If comes
Yes.
in and gets world record on crystal collecting.
Yeah, she was a Mary Sue, 100%.
Got there first
Kahori.
day and breaking records.
Hey, don't feel bad. No one's ever gotten this on their first try. She's like, oh, what? Well, we'll just watch me as I get all of them on my first try. Right? Yeah, that's a perfect Mary Sue example.
Instantly run super fast, better than everybody.
Well, yeah,
wanna-
it's nice.
You want to see them kind of like struggle for what they're getting in their whole process.
So
of
you can
building
relate
up
to
struggles
them.
in this
superhero.
big time. She's
Oh.
Definitely.
Her
She's like
life
literally
is
homeless.
struggle.
She's like homeless by the time she's like 4.
Dude, her
She's,
mom
like, eating
is
dog
the
scraps.
worst. And then you
Was
find
that her
out.
mom?
Oh, and then we'll talk about this, dude. The episode where she gets married, and you like background story, like you see this hardened samurai warrior for like 4 episodes, and in the 5th episode,
You see kind
you
of
find
her
out
background.
she like fell in love with this guy, and like she had a family, and like her mom's like addicted to opium.
Oh man, what a rough like
Oh,
background
yeah.
there that episode.
Oh, dude, it's like
And
who
then
sold
his
her out?
reaction-
We'll talk about when we get to the episode. We'll talk about when we
man.
get to that episode.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we're jumping around.
Yeah. hammer
There's just
time.
so much to talk about.
This is such a great show.
Oh, man.
So yeah, Ringo follows her, and then she's the guy with the gun in the not the brothel but the restaurant. She knows that that white man sold him the gun, so
Mhm.
she has to find his boss because his boss will know his boss's brother knows the white guy. I forget the exact the exact pattern or the exact way it pulled it out.
You
but
follow the money,
she
follow
has,
the
to go, she has
drugs.
to go to the dojo. She has to go to the dojo to find the guy whose brother
To meet
is the
Tegan.
guy. Tegan, yes, and Tegan is her childhood bully.
Yes. Oh, dude, that was good. What a small world that
and
is.
her pseudo love interest, and she made him question his sexuality.
I know.
How about
I felt
how
so
about
bad
that-
for that guy. Just for a
How
second.
about that cut? How about that cut on the back of his head, man? It was like, why
Oh,
did-
dude, took
why
that
did
top
he
knot right
why did he
off.
just kill
I'm
me.
not prematurely balding. Everyone's thinking I'm prematurely balding. Yeah.
Why did she just kill me?
Why didn't?
There's
Yeah.
There was no Rogaine back in those days, so
It's like it will
That's
grow
some-
back. Like that's how much
some
honor.
accuracy right there. Didn't even cut any scalp.
Just the hair, just emasculated the man.
Yeah.
Hey, we've all been emasculated.
Yes, but I've never then fallen on a man and questioned my sexuality. Like, wait, do I have weird feelings for you? And then it's like, well, she is a girl, dude. That's a situationship right there. If there's ever a time for a situationship, it's Mizu and Tegan.
And his girlfriend's like literally banging every other guy.
Oh yeah,
she banged
the whore princess.
Did you just pull a word from Jersey Shore? The situationship.
A situationship? No, it's. I think it's from Facebook. No, it's from Oxford. I think Oxford made it like a word 2 years ago, so I'm using it.
I think girl power is a word in the dictionary now, even though that's 2 words. But
yeah, I was gonna say it's hyphenated.
I don't know. I think it's not. So yeah, she kills everyone in the dojo, just kill them. But
she beats the hell out. She embarrasses them all, and
then
he's drunk.
Badass fight scene.
The choreo.
Of course, to be fair, I think manpower's in the dictionary.
Manpower.
Hold out that guy's teeth. Whack the teeth.
Whack the teeth. Who took out the other person?
Right, directly in the dude's eye.
That was so cool.
That's pretty bad.
Yes. Marvel, why can't you do anything remotely like that? What is the closest thing you've ever done to being anywhere kind of cool like that? You haven't. Not even an Echo. You haven't been cool. Where is that? That's missing in my life when I watch Marvel shows, right? This was fantastic. Invincible does cool shit like this. The Boys does cool shit like this. And it doesn't need to be like grotesquely violent, right? But it has to be new, right? It has to be badass. Like this was so cool.
Yeah. And then the end of the episode, we see Abijah Fowler for the first time. Well, not see him, but we see him silhouetted in darkness, and he's like, "Send the 4 fangs." And apparently,
his name is Elijah.
No, Abijah.
Abijah.
Like Elijah, but replace the E and the L with an A and a B.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier.
And he's Irish. Yep, he's Irish.
Oh.
Yeah.
He hates English.
Oh, good. So he's a proper Irishman.
Yeah, he basically
it's the 1600s.
Backstory, and basically like he was he was around for the O'Neill Rebellion or whatever in like the late 1500s, and basically like the English just like burnt all the crops.
I'll tell you what.
Everyone in Ireland just starved, so basically he has to like eat his sister to survive.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty rough backstory. But you can tell he left before the potato famine.
That was 1800s.
I'm just calling him fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like best not to live in Ireland between 1500 and 2000.
And 2000,
honestly.
Or like between the years like 50 or so AD and
until
60
2000
AD. Yeah.
Yeah.
Until about
After 2000 it was cool. It was cool. Yeah,
that whole
years there, the Irish were just getting pillaged, dude.
Yeah.
Look at the history of the Romans, the Vikings. Dude, it's just.
Well, look at the Cliffs of Moher, man. You can fly straight off.
Dublin was founded by Vikings. I learned that when I was there.
Yeah, dude, that place was getting rubbish.
Yeah.
Up and down the coast. Those poor monks just kept getting slaughtered.
Wait, Tip, as you're saying this, can you just show how many freckles are on your arm for the listeners at home?
Well, currently I'm sprinkling cheese atop my shepherd's pie.
Oh, it's not a Zeitgeist Zealots episode if Tip's not eating.
I'm fixing shepherd's pie, which is just meat and potatoes.
That was a very Irish
That was
deal.
a terrible Irish accent. That was almost racist.
It's me meat and potatoes.
There it is.
I've been drinking liquor and beer all day.
So, episode 2.
An unexpected element. Episode 2.
Hey, another one of my favorite characters, Master Ag.
The sword maker.
So
they make a sword from meteorite. Excuse me.
The blind sword maker.
He was so good. And I like the part
he was,
where Mizu was about to like confess that she was a girl, and he's like, I don't want to know. Whatever your secrets are, they are yours. Right? Don't tell me. I'm just here to knock out these impurities.
So she never told him, huh?
Nope. But he
doesn't actually know. He might have suspicions.
Yes.
Yeah. He's like, I've known you for 20 years. Your voice hasn't dropped. An octave. But yeah, he was voiced by the guy who played Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. So I'll swallow your soul. That guy.
Tagawa. I'm not gonna try to attempt his first name.
Yeah, Carrie. I think his first name's Carrie, right?
Carrie hyphen. I'm not gonna try. Hiroki.
Michelle.
Now I'm doing it. Carrie,
Oh yeah, like
Hiroki
every major Japanese
Tagawa.
actor was in Blue Eye Samurai. So like every major.
Ringo was
American
voiced
actors
by
in that-
Masaoka, which you might know from
from
Heroes,
yeah.
right? And the
George
Meg.
Takei.
Masaoka, is that the founder? Did he also found that sunglass company?
Perhaps.
Probably.
Masaoka.
George Takei from Star Trek voices the
Seki.
the advisor Seki.
Yes, and he was
Was
so
anyone
good.
was anyone disappointed when he got shot? He didn't go, "Oh my." Was anyone disappointed or?
No, not me, dude. That would have taken me out completely. Like that thing
Yeah,
throwing. If Mizu threw someone out of a castle wall, and then there was like the Wilhelm scream, I would have. I was like, no, I'm out. I'm out now.
And then when he died, he should have been like, "Beam me up, God."
Or whatever I believe in 1600 Japan.
Beam me up, God.
They'd create Christians there.
I thought they kicked them all out. Yeah. Oh yeah, we killed them, but they were there.
We kind of crucified them. We kind of like took their word to heart.
So
we got super into Christianity. We got super into it. We just started crucifying people left and right.
Mizu and Ringo arrived to town on festival day.
Oh yes, and we see a lot of 2D wieners.
Yes.
And boobs that episode. Yeah, this show is not afraid to show some pipe.
Actually, Forrest, not to correct you or anything, but it was the Jews who crucified Jesus.
I got you.
But they introduced the idea of crucifixion.
Christians were really into burning people and breaking people on the wheel.
No. The Romans were into
Have
burning
you ever heard of
Christians.
that shit? And hanging. They loved hanging.
Well, the Romans really into burning Christians because Nero literally burned hundreds of Christians because he thought they were responsible for the fire. But
No, well, he blamed them, but really he was
Christians-
clearing off land for
Christians introduced the
Is
idea
that a Roman
of
conspiracy
the
theory?
Japanese.
No, he was literally there's deep conspiracy theories about Nero
There were-
burning half of Rome so that he could build palaces to himself there.
There were already explosives.
Like,
in
a
the
bunch of poor slums. Let me burn them.
There were already explosives in the Colosseum. Just look at
Hey, this sounds like the plot to
it's like
a
9/11.
popular show called
Conspiracies.
Arrow.
Go on with that 9/11 analogy.
Well, it's like he's saying the conspiracy behind the burning of Rome. It's like, yeah, there were already explosives in the Colosseum.
Oh,
You look at the footage. It was obviously
they put explosives in Pompeii. Volcano can't melt steel beams.
yeah, exactly. I think Doctor Who showed us all that.
Liquid magma.
So we see a
Magma.
lot of CGI winners. What's his name?
Magma.
Ringo gets the magic stick. Does he bite down with his teeth?
Oh, he didn't grab it with his hands. That's for
And
sure.
Thank God he didn't bite. Thank God he didn't bite another cylindrical object in the water.
Oh my God, Forrest.
Forrest.
He didn't have
Like an
hands.
eel?
He probably
He's
did.
literally
He probably.
he's like-
It was probably a couple of tips at first. He probably grabbed the wrong rods
He
at
has,
first.
because they're all piling on top of him. All these dicks are flapping on his head while he's trying to get this. He's like, "Ugh."
Oh, okay.
It's a miracle he didn't bite any of them. So
Now,
that's why we're protective.
Listeners at home, if you're worried, because we hyped up Blue Eyed Samurai, and you're all excited to watch Blue Eyed Samurai now, but you just heard there are boobs, and you don't want your wife judging you on animated boobs on your Netflix, right? Don't worry.
There's also dicks.
These boobs look like they were drawn by a 12-year-old. You could pull out a piece of paper right now and probably draw some better boobs than what you're going to see on Netflix. This is not.
They're all.
This is more what I would
all-
call art than I would call porn. Even when there's a bunch of dicks.
Very
and,
tasteful.
Yeah, or taste, or just not tasteless. It's not tasteless for sure. But there's just.
I
It's,
wonder
just,
when they were-
tasty.
I
it's
wonder when
not.
they were
It's not
drawing-
tasty. That's it.
I wonder when they were drawing the nude scenes. They're like, well, we can't make the dick that small. That's gonna lean into a stereotype.
They were like, let's give him. I mean, hey, the white man was here, right? We can make these dicks bigger. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So, then we see the Four Fangs fight Mizu, and apparently one of them was in another flashback, like Taigen. Like everyone in this show, she's already met, apparently. So, the guy with the main Four Fang guy, he had the broken sword that
Oh yeah,
Master Eiji made.
Mm-hmm. I like it, dude. It's a small world, and it's all interconnected, and it's
small
not
island.
forced. It is a small island. Yeah. So that was a great story, right?
It was a great fight scene. She's like literally find them on the cliff, and then
That was so cool.
do a one-arm handstand.
She falls. She jumps down the cliff, and then she's like saves herself, and then the four
Amazing,
guys
her
jump
wrist
down.
didn't break.
Oh my god, it's so good. The animation, I don't know, is choreography the right word?
Big penis.
When it's animation, the choreography was incredible. The fight scenes were fantastic.
She literally cuts a guy in half.
Robbie, our resident, Robbie, you're our resident anime expert.
SME.
Yeah, Robbie.
How would you rate this among other animes? Like, have I been sleeping on an entire genre, or is this standing out as a masterclass of the genre?
It's definitely up there, but I would say its storytelling is close to many other anime.
Well, I don't agree with your
Oh, yeah?
assessment or hypothesis that this is an anime.
No,
Yeah, it's not
It's
an
a
anime.
It's a French animated.
Robbie has a really
written
good
by
point, though.
Americans.
There's a lot of really good
Wait.
storytelling out there.
It's
that's
Japanese
not known.
culture, but it's not an anime.
Yeah,
What do you
especially
call it,
Especially
then?
Afghanistan
I don't-
animation. It's an American produced,
It's kind of a
French
new
animated.
that's too long. I'm not saying all that.
Yeah,
the
it's
anime.
French anime. It's French animation written by Americans.
Wait, it's
kind of easier to just call it anime.
It's
like-
French.
Yeah.
It's Frenimation.
Hold on. It's an
Wait, so if it's produced in like Uzbekistan, it'd be like Uzbekistan animation.
no. That's
Anything
not how that
ends
works.
with Stan, you can put Stanimation.
Animation.
No. So it's called animated.
Kazakhstanimation.
What is it? I just had the term.
Kazakhstanimation.
Kazakhstan. My wife.
Pakistanimation.
me.
Oh,
Me potatoes and meat here.
It's called an animated series. So it's not anime. I apologize. Please leave your hate and comments down below. We really appreciate the engagement.
We really appreciate the hate.
Yes. And educate me. Tell me why it's not an anime. Tell me why it's just an
It's a
animated
cartoon.
series. Yo, I'm
My
not.
grandparents would
Wait,
say.
is Pokemon an anime?
Yeah, Google,
Yeah, it's
Google even
it's animated
said-
in Japan.
Google even says created by French Canadian animation house Blue Spirit.
Oh, it's
That means
French. It's Canadian.
French-Canadian.
Oh,
animation.
I thought it was like actually like in France. Well, that's not the same as
Or
French. They can't like.
Canadian.
Yeah, it's a Canadian
It
show.
says
The
that,
country.
that means it's technically not an anime. Since
I
it
mean,
was made,
no,
since it
no,
wasn't
no,
made in
hold
There's
on.
no reason to call it French Canadian. Just call it
But
Canadian.
it has an
'cause, like,
anime.
But it was
aesthetic.
animated
The
by
Japanese
the
setting.
French studio Blue Spirit.
But it says
that
most fans are hailing it as one anyway.
is Blue Spirit set in Paris or like in Montreal?
Well, does it have to be Paris?
Well, what other British French
Wherever
city
French-
is there? Normandy,
Maybe.
Versailles, and then I don't know any others.
Le Mans,
Champagne.
Madrid, Barcelona. Oh wait, no.
Ah, fuck.
Japan.
Forrest. Google said, "Fuck you." They have headquarters in France and Canada, so you're gonna have to do more
Okay, so
research.
It's a Canadian.
It's-
so they said French Canadian. They meant the
French
country
and
France and the
Canada.
country Canada working together in tandem. Okay, well, that's cool. Yeah. So episode 3. Did episode 2 have a
That
cliffhanger?
was random. What?
Poupon.
Because she kills the 4 fangs. We see more of Fowler. He's like painting.
Oh well, so
A
she gets
picture-
hurt. She gets hurt by Tegan, or she doesn't get hurt by Tegan. She's
Oh,
fighting
yeah,
the
Tegan's
last
about to kill
fang.
her.
She's fighting the last fang, and she sees Tegan
yeah.
hiding behind a rock, and that's what causes her to get sliced up. How cool was this fucking kill? You guys remember this kill? I'm gonna
He
describe it to
throws it
you.
into his.
Dude, she's face behind him. She's
My
faced away
volume
from
is up.
him.
You say
Oh, and
she
he's
saw
coming
a
to kill
vegan
her.
behind a rock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Tegan.
Pretty bad. That was pretty badass.
So
I know
Tegan's
where
behind.
that bridge was.
Tegan runs and hides behind a rock while Mizu's fighting the 4th and final fang, and
She's
then
like down. Looks like she's out.
she's down, and then
Tegan,
throws
not a
it
vegan.
behind it, and the samurai,
Stab
the
right
sword
through
goes
it.
right through him and kills him. What an epic kill! Like finish him. Like that was
Not even looking.
one of the best
Well, follow
kills
your
of the
soul.
season. Yeah, one of the best kills of the season by far. I'll call it now. That was so good.
Okay, episode 3.
Oh, and then she gets ready to fight Tegan, and then she just passes out in front of him. And then Tegan has so much honor. He's like, I can't. He thought about it though. That fucking bitch. He thought about killing him.
It crossed his mind.
It crosses his mind. Yeah, that samurai's not so much full of honor as he is full of shit.
So
Episode 3?
He didn't let the rage take over him, though.
A Fixed Number of Paths, episode 3.
This is where they meet the guy who lost his hand somehow. The guy voiced by Randall Park. He's such annoying. I mean,
Haiji Shindo.
Haiji Shindo. They meet Haiji Shindo, and
I like his character. I thought he was a clever, smart, like crafty, like character.
He was the Loki. He was the Littlefinger.
Yeah, he was the Littlefinger moving.
5
moving
fewer
the pieces.
fingers.
Look at this guy over here.
He was the little wiener, because we saw. I don't know, maybe he was proportionate.
Yeah.
So little.
Is that
like
racist? Cancel him.
Well, I think he had a smaller one compared to the other ones we saw on this show, so he was Little Wiener.
So, I'm just
comparative
factual.
to other Japanese. So they go meet with Little Wiener, and he offers to fire off, and of course we're all just like, this isn't going to work.
No.
And then, we got to talk about the giant who comes back later, but yeah, the giant offers Mizu and Taigen a chance to meet with Shindo. Is that his name?
Yeah, Shindu. Yep. And then
Shindu.
Tegan's like, this is obviously a trap, and Mizu's just blind with rage.
And-
She's like, fuck it, I don't care.
And who would
Let's
have
do
thought it was a trap? I was blown off my seat.
But for a second, did you think it wasn't a trap? Because
I mean, it was kind of like,
Shindu's like, I've got 500 archers that are just hiding around the corner of these cliffs, and then
And
you
we
just like
never
look
see
up
them.
and you never see them, and so you're like, oh, that guy's bluffing, and then there's 500 arrows that come out, and you're like, oh no.
Why didn't they move closer? Why did they just stay where they were at? Why didn't they like try to like move to the lip of the cliff, or at
Yeah.
least like maybe like jump down or shoot at them?
I
through the
think
tunnel?
because that would have been too expensive to animate. I think it's a lot cheaper just
Most
to drop
likely.
500 arrows than 500 people come over a cliff. Because right, like how the question is like, as Mizu kept running and hiding from the arrows kept following her. Where was that scout? How did those
And how
guys know to adjust and stuff? But
Like where exactly to fire?
you know what happens?
How the
You know what
hell did
happens when you
Shindu
write
know
such a
he would
great
be
show?
hit?
Oh yeah, right? Yeah, Shindu, that was such a
Oh, and
dumb
how about
plan.
they were
Like,
counting
there's no way you're
their
gonna call
reload
archers
time.
on us.
Right? But when you
Oh,
write
yeah,
a show
8
that's
seconds.
near perfect, you get away with this kind of bullshit. You get away with this
Oh, yeah,
5
we can-
seconds of, oh no, I want to see these arrow scenes. I don't care how we got here. I'll give you
It's
that.
kind of like, yeah, go ahead and call
Yeah,
your
and how
archers.
about-
I'm gonna
how
like
about them,
pull you on
like,
top of me.
Counting down their reload time.
That was
to
good.
hide each
So
time.
fun, right? 4, 3, 2,
And then,
go.
Ringo poisons the giant guy, and he falls to the cliff, but not to his death.
Nope. Oh, the
back
mushrooms.
because-
Yeah, he has
Because
the
if someone
ghost
falls
mushrooms or
off a
whatever.
cliff into the fog, they are 100% alive.
Yeah, and probably in the world between worlds. Ahsoka.
Probably, yeah.
You don't see the body.
Ahsoka.
He just like he's staying between Ahsoka and Anakin, like, what the hell?
He's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, Netflix Disney Plus crossover. Disney Plus needs
Hey,
subscribers.
this would be the only way that people would watch that Disney
Oh yeah,
show.
we were talking about all the shitty shows we've been watching. Like Ahsoka was, we completely forgot
Damn,
about that
dude,
one.
Ahsoka was so bad we didn't even fucking remember it,
We
dude.
couldn't even
How? That's not good. That's not
Like,
good,
Echo
Disney.
was bad. Secret Invasion was bad. We must have watched something in between those that was bad. I can't remember what it was, and they were like, "Oh, Ahsoka."
Ahsoka.
Yeah. So episode 4.
Episode 4,
Peculiarities.
peculiarities.
Oh yeah, this is the sexy one. This
Which,
is where the
yeah,
sex happens.
spoiler. I was like, peculiarities. What could this be about? It's a slang for kinks. We're talking about
Boom.
sex kinks, and
It's like, don't you know what happens in
for
brothels?
some reason, this show is so fucking classy and well done that this episode's not even like.
Even
I
the
don't-
perverted,
yeah,
perverted
it's
stuff
not.
in the show.
It's so good, right? Like, I'm gonna watch this with my wife, and I'm gonna walk away not worried that she's like, being like, is my husband watching anime porn? Like, I'm not worried about her judging me because that's not what this is about, right? Like you saw earlier in like episode 1 or 2 when Mizu tries to get rid of Ringo at a
brothel.
at a brothel,
He's like-
and she's like, these are peaches, and then she's like describing like
pumpkins.
peaches and pumpkins and stuff, and you're like, for some reason, this is really classy. This is not awkward to watch as you watch Ringo try to discover what boobs are. I love that character. He was so good. He was so useful.
I was sort of like wondering, do they have pumpkins in Japan? Are those indigenous?
Oh, now I gotta fact check that for the edit. That's a good
And what about
question.
peaches? If peaches aren't indigenous to Japan, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Wait a second. How are peaches in Georgia and Japan? That doesn't sound like that.
Someone had
right.
to import.
They originated from somewhere.
I mean, I guess
They
the
probably
tropics, right?
originated from
Cardi B.
Southeast Asia, maybe.
Or the
I don't know.
presidents of the United States of America. Go into the country.
Or perhaps they've been cultivated
Eat
by
a
humans
lot
for
of
so long
peaches.
that it would be difficult.
Oh
to
wait,
determine
wait!
the point
They
of origin.
they capture Taigen at the end. Remember, because he's gonna challenge her to a duel,
Oh yeah.
and they kidnap him, and in the next episode he's
Mhm.
being tortured. And he's like, "The man will hit you with the hammer." And
Yeah,
then the
that
last
was so
episode, he's
weird.
Like, the man will stab you with a sword.
The man is gonna fucking kill you right now.
Like,
Reminds me of like
damn.
Becky Lynch from WWE. Just the man. It just comes down.
And then
Enacts
Abijah
vengeance.
Fowler talks in the church, the chapel.
He's like,
He's
hey,
like, if you
I don't believe you. I don't believe you're here. But if you are here, help me out, brother.
help me out, I will bring back crucifixion to Japan.
He's like, yo,
Or
I'll
Christianity.
convert. Yeah, if you make me rich and powerful, I'll convert all these motherfuckers to Christians.
I'll like open the doors.
What a deal with
to-
the devil for the Lord, right? Like what a. It's like you do not understand Christianity at all, my good sir. Episode 5, The Tale of the Ronin and the Bride. One of my favorites, not because it was like action heavy, but because
It was, yeah. I mean,
it
I
just
thought
came,
like,
it
whoa,
came
whoa,
out.
it wasn't action heavy. She literally like fights all the Thousand Claw army.
Oh no, that's
in
true.
that
Okay, yeah, no,
episode.
that's true. No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
action heavy.
Major.
I was thinking of the flashback.
And-
The flashback wasn't action heavy. The flashback was
Well,
her and her
she's-
husband. They had one fight where she emasculated the
Yeah,
fuck
that's
out
what
of
I
him.
was thinking of.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
we got to mention she
Part that
like
was.
in episode 4 she has to like kill that girl, the deaf mute girl.
Oh, so how do you feel about that, guys? What? So
It was like, wow.
when we
this
talk
show's
about
going
primo storytelling, this is the primo storytelling we're talking about. So Mizu needs help, right? So in order to get the help she needs, she has to do a task first. We've seen this. It might be called a fetch quest, right? That's what we made fun of for Rise of Skywalker.
a snap quest.
But
a crack quest.
but when it's done this classy, I don't know if you can call it a fetch quest. But so basically, she had one of her favorite prostitutes, a younger woman, got taken away, and you're like, oh, so Mizu's got to like save this girl, but no, because that would be too much drama for all the other girls. Like, she wants Mizu to come in and kill this girl to end her misery from this guy, and you're like, dude, this is when storytelling hits the hardest. Like, this is so fucking good. Like, this
And
is.
then we
It was all
Chef's
then we
kiss.
find out. Then we find out it was all for nothing. She killed her for nothing because the boy rats her out.
But
the end of the episode.
Mizu was a classy motherfucker the way she killed her, right? She was like, I'm here to save
Made her
like
feel
well,
safe.
she's like, I'm here to save you, and then just came out of nowhere, which is probably, how I'd want to die, but also I just don't want to die in general. Like, hey, no, let me decide that. Don't lie to me. Like
Wait till
that.
Ahsoka season 2.
God, just kill me then. All right, then she can come in.
She's like, okay, I do long for death now. So yeah, I was wondering because the boy ratted her out. Did she kill the boy in the
I'm trying to think
'Cause-
fifth
what-
No.
episode?
She did kill the boy,
Boy.
and the boy
Boy.
snitched. She was.
Because there was one like Thousand Claw dude who was like in the brothel. He
Oh,
was, like,
she killed the boy
cowering.
at the end. She killed the
And
boy at
she-
the end. Yeah.
I don't know if she did. I think she just killed the guy who was cowering.
Think of what boy you're talking about.
The
So
boy
there's
who ratted them out.
no. So there's a boy in the beginning who snitched, right? And then we saw a boy at
Well,
the
the end of the fourth episode.
At the end of the fourth episode, but she kills the boy at the end of the fifth episode when she's leaving. She kills everyone, and then in the end, she sees this boy cowering. I think he's got a mask on or whatever. Whatever happened,
Oh.
I'm not sure. I'm fairly positive. Storyline, it makes sense that it was the little boy from the beginning, but he wasn't wearing the same attire that of the little boy that she kills at the end of the episode.
Catch that.
Oh, it's so good. So like Mizu pulls a Bandersnatch, not Bandersnatch. Michael pulls a Michael Fassbender from The Killers and just fucking doesn't follow the rules, right? Like no one can be seen or no one can see her do this, and she gets seen, right? The little kid saw her, snitched, and then that guy brought the tiger claws to the brothel she was staying at and peculiarities.
So she basically killed the
Madam
deaf
Kaiji,
prostitute
yeah. Madam
for
Kaiji.
nothing.
Oh yeah,
But the
right?
fifth episode, I think we all agree, was the best.
It was a really good episode.
So good. Oh,
Yeah.
and
When she
IMDb,
gets married.
The whole backstory about
IMDb also agrees. 9.6 out of 10, the highest rated episode of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was like a puppet show.
her. Oh, flipping through
like-
it. You guys remember the what's that type of weapon? That long one with the blade on the
Oh
end?
yeah, what is
I
that?
don't remember the name of it. She put
Her
all
husband has
weights-
it.
Her weight she has on had her rolled up into handles that latched together, and she turned her sword into that. Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
It was like a scythe, yeah.
I'm trying to
but that
remember.
was,
Yeah.
She had
yeah.
her sword, and she took those rolls of weights, and then she put it on the handle of the.
Oh
blade.
yeah, no, that was
And, that was pretty badass.
so cool. I don't know how accurate it is. I hope it's so fucking accurate. Oh, did we even talk about that? Like this bitch pulls a full on like Goku in episode 1. When she like things get a little bit rough, and then she takes off like all these weighted like
Oh,
the
yeah,
weighted wrists and the
yeah.
wrists, and, it
That
goes,
was-
and then she
yeah,
goes
that
like
was-
Super Saiyan on these guys.
Yeah,
Like,
Like, now
episode
she's
one-
really.
Yeah,
now
that
she's
was
really
episode
fighting.
1 or 2.
yeah, that's like Goku's like,
was
all
like-
right,
it was
well
like,
this
you've
was
been-
fun, and he takes
You've
off
been
like a
fighting
weighted
me
suit.
weighted down.
Uh-huh.
So.
Dude, so fucking good. I'll tell you, man. I loved.
Oh, I guess I have to actually fight in this fight.
I loved every episode. I loved almost every
Goku
moment of
love it.
every episode too.
Yeah. So, what do y'all think? Do you think the husband sold her out, or her fake
Oh,
mom
or
sold her
that
out?
dude. So the husband,
The opium bitch.
I know, right? I think the mom sold her out because drugs addiction's a powerful motherfucker, and although that man was a
Oh,
coward in
yeah,
the moment,
those-
the man was a coward. He should have defended his husband, right? He should. Well, sorry. Yes, he should defend his wife. I would have carried myself right on the spot if I ran away like that while my wife was.
Oh,
being
like the guy in
attacked.
the 8th episode, who's like, join us or die. He's like,
Yeah.
stab.
Yeah, just
Guy
do
with
it
honor.
myself.
Oh,
Like,
and then that the Shogun's wife is such a cold bitch. She's just like locked them up. They didn't kill themselves. They deserve to fucking burn. I was like, damn, she's
Oh,
a bitch.
jeez.
As we find out, yeah.
right. What do you think, Forrest? Do you think it was the husband or the mom?
I don't know. I do like that they left it
Well,
ambiguous.
what was with?
And me
Well,
too.
what was with like he showed up on horse and then he rode away?
That
when she was
kind of
in
made me
trouble?
think that he
That's
did
what-
it. but
That's
then-
what. That's
that's-
what made me think that he just came back like, oh, we're cool now, kind of thing.
No, but he can't. Like, so, but why would he go there? Was he like just making sure that they killed his wife? No, I think what I was saying before is
He
I
didn't,
think
he didn't seem too like
he was a coward.
worried at that point.
I think he saw her getting attacked and was like, "Yo, I knew I should have been sleeping with this mixed girl," and like fucking dipped out. And then later on, like he was like, "I'm kind of horny. I should go back and make sure my wife, see if my wife's alive or not." And then he's like,
There's
"Oh,"
no-
and then he came back and he's
there's
like,
no
"Apologize."
Bumble
Yeah,
in
I think he was
Japan.
just being a coward. I think the
know.
mom.
I don't think either of them were innocent.
I think that
No one
addict
is
mom
innocent.
sold her out.
they both show up at the same time to the police.
Judas shows up with like
They
30 silver.
They just show up at like the same time, like all the betrayers in history just say, "Oh, you're here." So it was a mutual betrayal.
But she lost her mom and her husband in the same shitty situation.
well, she lost her husband to her own hand. But what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
So episode 6.
Move on to the
Zealots
next episode. The only thing you can do: keep binging.
Yeah. So yeah,
I was
so
like, well, almost there now. Might as well keep going.
Might as well-
where I was at.
Yeah, so this is the episode where she seizes the castle, or she invades the castle, and pretty early on she alerts everyone in the castle, so she has a really hard time getting to the
Uphill
top
battle.
floor. Yeah, not an uphill battle, an up wall battle, like literally 90 degrees.
Oh, remember?
I'll give it to
Rhoda's
you.
like, he's like, what would Master do in this situation?
Yeah. WWMD, what would
That's
Master
so
do?
stupid. She would probably run through the front door. Or something. Like,
I
no,
love
but
that.
What would Master
I'm
do?
I'm getting bracelets made.
The funny thing is,
The
like,
way- the way that-
if you gave him a bracelet, it would just fall off.
Oh well, that's why he's got that bell on his leg. Remember?
Oh, God.
He's so
He's so
stealthy.
sneaky as a big guy. That's why she put a bell
Like, had
on
to
him.
put that bell on.
I'm telling you, and that was like 3 episodes ago. I'm telling you, we're just bracing through. Was one of the greatest TV shows I've seen in a very long time. But every moment,
Since I was a little
great.
distracted on the beginning of it, I kind of want to restart it.
dude, let's rewatch it, guys. We are on X, the social media site formerly known as Twitter, at Zealots Podcast. If you guys want to do like a watch along, we can watch episode 1 on YouTube on here. So if you guys are interested
Leave
in
us
that,
a comment.
let us know
free
if you guys want. We'll rewatch episode 1. Maybe I can even convince my wife to watch because she wants to watch the series now. So maybe I can.
Oh, she hasn't watched it yet. Oh,
Yeah, maybe I can get my wife
thought
to
you were
watch it with us.
I thought you were saying you were watching it.
No, I made her.
envy-
She was watching YouTube videos with me about it.
Oh, YouTube video.
Yeah, I was preparing for the podcast.
Well, the first episode
I
is
do.
free on YouTube.
It is free, and then we have Netflix.
First taste is
so-
free.
If you don't have
The drug
Netflix.
dealers always share. So yeah, episode 6. So she gets like stabbed in the ankle first, and then she goes to the flower level, which
By a mosquito?
which basically just what? No. A baboon gives her a flower that's drugged.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
and
she's
then
pretty much
blows it in her
hallucinating.
face.
So she's literally hallucinating like the second half of the castle battle,
Yeah.
and we literally have like 30 monkeys trying to like rip her
Then we
face
see
off.
then we see the glowing blue eye samurai.
Yes, it's translucent eye samurai for the second half of the episode, but she
Ooh,
fights the
watched
giant
that
and like
spin-off.
another. They play the Metallica theme again, not Metallica theme, but For Whom the Bell Tolls, which
By
is Ringo's
Metallica.
theme apparent.
Yeah,
Ringo's theme
That
apparently.
was pretty
There's a
cool.
bell.
on
That
part-
intro, guys. I
That was
remember.
pretty badass.
I texted you guys because like I was talking casually, guys. This is a really good show. You guys should be watching this. And I'm texting. I'm like, guys, I'm not really into anime, but the show is getting so fucking good. You should check out the storyline. And then episode 5, it's like dun 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 dun
When I watched it, I was like, do they have
Dude.
different like
Yeah, they had the
audio
Japanese.
guys on this episode or something? It was like a total change in the music.
A
in the
huge
background.
shit. Though they had a couple other like rock themes in the intro, in the beginning of the episodes.
It was like everything was so serious and to the culture, and then all of a
Dude.
sudden we're blasted rock music.
and then it's like
coming
it's
into
like
this
Japanese
episode.
it's like
Samurai
Japanese
Code is
cover
hardcore.
of For Whom the Bell Tolls, and I was like, dude, this
It's
is
still-
so fucking
it still
awesome.
worked, though, because it was pretty badass.
It was so fucking cool. It was such a great intro, and then they come back to it during the big giant fight. They played the actual song, not just like a teaser, right? And they come back and they play the whole
in
song.
Japanese.
while
One
she's
of them was
fighting.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
in
was gonna say.
Japanese,
It had
yeah.
Japanese lyrics. But it
Mhm.
was still this-
It's
Well,
still-
they
yeah.
played like a Japanese
Cover.
fast-paced song when she's fighting the soldiers in the hallway. It's like some sort of like not contemporary, but like sounds like a song from the '60s in Japan or something. But reminded me a lot of Kill Bill Volume 1. Just a lot of like slashing and hacking.
Was
and,
that
like,
with the overhead view in the hallway?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Part? Yeah.
It's like when she like jumps over the pit and she like stabs her ankle.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
she loses
yeah.
her sword stuck on the wall, and she has like the last
Yeah, and
one
she has to
isn't killed,
fight hand to hand at one.
Mhm.
and she forces him to
It's
like
the one
grab his
guy.
sword
To,
for him. Yeah.
yeah.
So so she eventually fights the giant guy. That was an awesome scene. She like blows him up. She like stabs him in the neck, then like jams the bomb in his neck.
Right? Yeah.
And that blew,
Well,
but then
oh
blows-
yeah, remember how she figured out what exactly it
Nothing
was?
like a good overkill.
She was holding it with the string, and then she sees all the nervous looks looking at her while she's holding it. Do you remember
Oh, yeah. And then she has to like rock climb, or like up the face of the castle, and then she sees all those soldiers inside, and she's like, one of them turns around like, yeah,
Instantly.
almost got her.
Yeah.
And then
that?
they
Oh
were
yeah,
just like,
and then she was.
I was
You
just-
think they're turned around and she's gonna be right there? So.
yeah.
I
And
want
then
I
she
wanted her to
gets-
pull out like a cardboard box and just like kind of like Metal Gear Solid, and just start sneaking through the castle in a cardboard box.
What was that
that
thing?
noise?
That's the right country, right? That's same right country, right? That's Japan.
Yeah.
That's
And
still
then-
that's still my notification sound.
No way. Yeah, that's the best notification of all time.
Yeah.
It's the like alert sound effect. I still have
Maybe-
the codec as my ringtone too.
Maybe if you've been a victim of identity theft, that's when it should go off.
God, Robbie.
Like an
just
actual.
what which Metal Gear Solid ends in the rain and the 30-minute cutscene?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
I was at Robbie's house. We were growing up. I
Whoa,
was like,
30 minutes. That's pretty short.
I was like 13
For
or
a
14.
cutscene.
I was like 13 or 14, and like Robbie was about to finish the game for the first time, so I'm watching. But I have to pee so bad. But he's finishing the game, and like,
And it's
just it's raining for like an hour. It's raining, dude. I almost like pissed myself. I was like, Rob, I gotta go. I can't do it.
That might be 2 or 3.
I think it was like 2 or 3.
It's like rain. It's like raining, and like the colonel's like.
It's not the Snake. It's not Metal Gear Solid 1.
It's like raining, and the Colonel Campbell's like, Snake, your evaluation came in. You're an 8. You're an 8. You're an 8.
And he's just like, I have to pee now. Yeah, I think it was like Metal Gear Solid 3. It was before the time it was before it got too complicated.
Metal Gear Solid was pretty complicated.
3 has a pretty good storyline to it.
3 is like in the 60s. But yeah, so let's speak.
Speaking of the 1600s.
She finally finds Fowler, or like goes to the top of the level, and he shoots her. And I'm pretty sure Fowler wasn't her dad because he has gray eyes, not blue eyes. I'm pretty sure her father's gonna have blue eyes, but sometimes you can skip generation.
Yeah.
Maybe Fowler's mother had blue eyes, but I'm pretty sure it's established.
I mean,
he's not her father.
It's got to be the last guy, right? But you can't be like, I'm Mizu, I'm here to kill the 4 white men in Japan who might have fucked my mom, and then get to one of them and be like, your eyes aren't the same color as mine, and then just walk away. That's not a good story. No one wants to fucking hear that story.
He's like, I'm just wearing contacts. Anyway, but
the whole skip a generation thing with the blue eyes, blonde hair was a real problem in Nazi Germany. Because you'd have the generation of the blue-eye, blonde-hair kids who would have to kill both their parents and their children in order to get a pure blue-eye, blonde-hair culture.
You know, I was over here getting ready to say, like, whatever Tiff's going to say, I'm going to come back and be like, Nazi Germany, I don't think blue eyes and, or blue eyes and blonde hair is the worst part. But then you said kill their parents and their kids, and I was like, nah, that's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, because if it skips a generation, well, the parents didn't have it, and the kids won't have it.
Yo, I gotta tell you what, I understand. No, I understand. I don't understand what you or the Nazis are talking about. But in a hypothetical situation, I kind of understand maybe what you might be talking about before paternity tests. Like, I have brown eyes, and if you look really, really close, like green hazel forest, whatever. And then my wife has beautiful green eyes, and then our baby was born with blue eyes. And I was like, yo, if this was 100 years ago, I'd be like, who is this man? Who's this baby's father? I don't have blue eyes. I would be super fucking confused. So I'm sure that caused a lot of confusion before paternity test, and science really understood what was happening.
Yeah. Thank you, Greg.
Well, yeah, a lot of babies have blue eyes. But then they change. They change. They darken.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like that would have been really confusing.
Because of our Scandinavian heritage.
That would have been really confusing before the internet, right? If you're in a tribe of 50 or 60 people and you have brown eyes and your wife has brown eyes and your baby's born with blue eyes, all of a sudden you're not so sure you're the father anymore.
Yeah, you'd be looking at the eyes of the milkman, of course. You know.
Or the 4 white men in feudal Japan.
There we go.
Tangenting back into it.
So yeah, she shoots Mizu, and then she jumps out of the window with Taigen because they still have 2 episodes left, so they can't kill the bad guy yet.
Can't do it yet.
And then episode 7 is just like her rebuilding her sword. It was kind of like a setup.
Nothing Broken, episode 7.
Yep. So she has to go back to the sword maker. And how did Ringo know where the sword maker was? I don't know. I guess just best not to worry about.
I think he just discovered, like, it just knocked on the door. It was just a happy coincidence because it's a small island, as you
that's
pointed out earlier.
I don't know. Maybe like Mizu told him or Taigen told him, and he just thought to go there. So yes, basically just remake the sword. Akemi is about to marry the Shogun's son.
Yep.
We find out is not an asshole, but just a guy with a stutter.
Just a nice, just a little nice guy.
And then she has sex with him to like control him or whatever. And then we find out her father was going to kill him anyway.
Yeah. Whoops.
Wah, wah, wah.
she banged him for nothing.
Yeah.
And then
But I like this. This was very Game of Thrones season 1, Daenerys Targaryen-esque kind of arc, like a princess who is being sold off through culture or ritual to a marriage that she doesn't want, and she's finding power through that marriage. Now that I say this out loud, it's 100% what they did. They just stole Daenerys Targaryen's beginning character arc. But you know what? They nailed it. They did a great job. It's a great keep running characters like that.
At least Daenerys didn't have to eat like tofu with like horse jizz on it, you know. So
I heard that's a pretty good.
No, just horse dong from the Dothraki.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, they're really into like consuming genitals,
Fertility.
genital fluid.
I mean, it makes sense. The Greeks thought if by eating the muscles of strong animals, you would gain that animal's strength. Right? They also discovered the Earth is round. So like these people were fucking wild. What a crazy island themselves, right?
And they invented the euro too. So like, you know, that was a less crazy day.
And crashed
Greece.
it.
No, the sandwich, the euro, not sandwich.
Oh, the euro, not the euro. Well, that's on them for the pronunciation.
I guess they invented feta cheese as well. So episode 8, the final episode. Well, one more thing.
The Great Fire
7,
of 1657. Oh yeah,
which was a real fire. So,
real
yeah.
fire.
I think this is the episode I had issues with. Just like little things, nitpick. It just wasn't as good as episode 5 or 6 or the previous 6 episodes. I mean, 7 was like basically just like an Akemi focused episode. And
you like all the welding? She made a hammer, or she made a new sword. It broke.
A new forge.
She had to sacrifice more, and then
that was pretty cool.
Right, and then her mentor,
build up to,
right?
Yeah, he handed her the
Kari Tagawa, the sword maker.
Tool.
Yeah, gave his giant tool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool how they melt all the stuff.
Right, and like she has to like
Especially
paint
when she
herself all over.
tossed the bell. I think you might have mentioned the bell.
No, the bell. No, I mentioned the bell. Yeah, the bell's great.
Bell.
Exactly.
Yeah, drops Ronan's bell.
Yeah, no, it's an impactful, it's a meaningful episode. She strips down.
Ronan, it's Ringo.
Ringo. Yeah, no, I don't know why.
Just think Beatles.
It's spoiler alert.
Ringo.
It's because Robbie
Doing,
knows.
Ringo?
Robbie knows season 2 that Ringo's gonna become a Ronin. It's gonna kill a lot of bad people.
You're not Ronan. You're Ringo.
Ringo.
Look, can we still let you play the drums?
I want to be Paul Ringo. Damn it! Now I'm gonna go after this episode. I'm just gonna probably watch History of the World Part 2 over again. That whole Beatles thing with the Jesus.
Beatles were in that?
It's so fucking good. Oh, we haven't seen it? They do.
No.
So you know the documentary with the Beatles documentary that just came out, like the found footage or whatever. They do that, but for the Last Supper with Jesus and the apostles. It's really good. It's so funny.
So I didn't really like that. Like Fowler's trying to invade this city, but he's like still way up in front, where he could easily be like hit by an arrow and killed. But he's just kind of like marching up in front, and he's kind of like the soldier shooting. I guess he's just like leading the whole time. But that was a little unrealistic to me in this very realistic show. But
what? Are you kidding me? Have you seen The Patriot? Like in the 1600s, you were
the general.
You were a general on a horse at the front of the lines, and you said charge, and then everyone went forward and you stayed back. Except for, I think, George Washington. I think George actually fought with his men. I could be wrong about that. I could just be a little bit of a patriot here.
Richard III did. Richard III was like the last king of England to die in battle.
Unless one of them died of cancer.
What did y'all think about Mizu not killing Fowler? Were y'all disappointed?
Yes and no. It would have been really satisfactory for Mizu to have killed Fowler, but for Fowler to weasel his way, he's like, "Oh, you can't kill me because you'll never find the other 2 white men." Like, that was really smart, and that's a logical conclusion to the arc, to the story at the moment. Right? Like, if I'm about to kill, if I was about to kill Robbie, and then Robbie was like, "Wait, don't kill me. If you kill me,
Won't you
you'll
know
never
this thing
find.
You'll never know.
Yeah, you'll never find out where Tip and Forrest are. And then I'm like, oh God, dang it! Now I can't kill Robbie. Right?
Wasn't it a little messed up when he said like your bones break like a woman? He's like, he's done this before.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I think about that.
Like,
Fuck,
damn.
that is so messed up. I just realized.
Yeah, that's rough
And
to
like he
think
knew,
about there.
he knew she was a woman after he did that.
Yeah,
so.
very quickly. Yeah, very quickly on. I just figured like he had broken men's bones before, and so he was like, "Well, this was way easier. It must be a woman." But damn, you put a whole new dark little spin on it first.
I mean, he did like all these depraved things in the castle for
Oh,
like what, 20
so many
years?
depraved things. And
Just like out, just boredom. Just
I love
Mm.
this character. I mean, awful guy, right? But like the idea behind it is so smart. Like this man is so fucking bored. He has mastered literally everything Japan can throw at him, like samurai, calligraphy, cutting like roses or whatever. Like this man has been so bored in this tower for 20 years that he's just acquired all the skills the country has offered him.
yeah. So I guess season 2 will have Mizu in London.
Season 2 will have me on it day 1, and Zeitgeist Zealots will definitely be covering it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta go to D&D, guys.
All
Okay,
right.
Thanks
Pikachu,
for-
I choose you.
Signing off of ZZ, Zeitgeist Zealots.
Yeah, we've been at it for like what an hour and a half. So I think anything else anyone discuss about the
Oh,
finale?
we had some
this season?
And remember the
difficulties there.
Zeitgeist Zealots special offer. The Zeitgeist Zealots will band together. If you get a full facial tattoo, we will pay 10% of the facial tattoo, Zeitgeist Zealots.
Yeah, we'll cover that. Yeah, that hasn't been authorized, but
Facial-
I'll authorize it now. Yeah,
Yeah,
Can we
the
authorize that?
Zeitgeist
triangle,
Zealots
the diamond, and the star.
on the forehead, and then we'll cover 10%.
Yeah, there we go.
Forehead, cheeks,
It's a fair
chin.
deal.
Yeah.
It's excellent deal. Excellent deal. So
All right, guys. Peace.
anything else stand out with you on the finale?
Spencer
You want to
murders
discuss?
me.
I just want to self-reflect on. I've been writing off an entire genre, and now Robbie's telling me like, while this is one of the best stories I've heard this year, not 2024, right? This count 365 days, right? In the past 2 years of my life, this is one of the best stories I've watched on TV. And now Rob's over here telling me like this shit's just happening in anime. So like now I gotta go fucking
Well,
find
a
it.
lot
I gotta
of
go.
anime does have similar storytelling.
Yeah. So now
This
Rob
is
and
just
I,
this is just a different animation style.
Rob's gonna enlighten me.
But this is definitely like comparing it with anime. It's like definitely one of the top ones, I'd say.
I fucking loved it. I thought it was great.
It was really good.
This episode
It was-
this anime was so good. I was like, should I go back and rewatch Tenchi Muyo? I don't even know how I would
No,
find that.
don't. In hindsight, that was just like it was amazing. The Cartoon Network allowed that on their
Yeah, that's
their
like
children's-
People were like,
their
what's
children's programming
people?
block.
People were like, what's Tenchi Muyo? That was like the last anime I watched
literally
on
this
adult or
This
Cartoon
kid-
Network.
This kid's
Tsunami.
maybe they're trying to like
Flip
teach.
it to Nami.
Maybe they're trying to teach sexual
channels.
discipline. You have this teenage boy surrounded by beautiful women, and he doesn't fuck any of them. So maybe they were just like trying to teach like self-restraint. I don't know,
I
Snape was a good thing after all.
literally don't remember that show at all. I was thinking, I was like, wait, what other anime? I was like, I watched Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like,
There was
You haven't
I
seen
think there
Death
was
Note?
Tenchi Muyo on Tsunami.
You haven't seen Death Note?
they had
No,
lightsabers and Tenchi.
Cowboy
Yeah, there's
Bebop?
lightsabers. Yeah, right. Like, yeah, I don't remember. What is this?
Made-
No, I've never seen Death Note.
or Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, I watched the live action Netflix Cowboy Bebop.
God, the live
That
action
is
horrible.
nothing to do with the anime.
I mean, if it's as good as One Piece is, then I'm on board. Because
I still need to.
You
I still need to
should
finish
definitely
watching-
watch. You should definitely watch Cowboy Bebop.
I need to finish watching. Yeah, it's only 22 episodes, and One Piece is like.
whoa, it's only
20.
20. What? I can do 22
22.
episodes of Bebop.
Dude, most animes are between like 13, 26 episodes. I don't know why they're in increments of 13, but
That's wild. Really? No. So like
Yeah.
my limited
No,
exposure
the-
is
One
like
Piece. One Piece is an outlier.
it's
Animes don't
it's
tend
like
to follow.
it's like One Piece, 1,000 episodes. Dragon Ball Z,
Well, Dragon Ball Z.
400 episodes. It's like Pokemon, 25 years. And I'm like, maybe all this just goes on forever. I don't
Ones
even know
that
where
are
to
just
start.
And
regular-
there's money to be made.
Well, when
There's money to be
the
made.
ones that are just like basic series and not just like this long ass TV series.
Wait a minute. You haven't seen One Punch Man, Mage?
Nope.
What?
Wow, you're missing
I
out.
haven't
That's
seen
like
it.
literally.
Wait.
That was like the biggest anime in 2015.
But-
I think.
Is that-
One Punch Man's hilarious?
Is that better than Attack on Titans?
Oh, I need to finish watching
Well,
Attack on Titan. We'll start it, I guess.
Attack on Titan is serious. Like One Punch
It's
Man
serious.
is a comedy.
Okay,
One
but
Punch Man's a comedy.
what's more enjoyable? Because I can enjoy comedy. I can
Oh,
enjoy
One
something
Punch Man.
serious.
I think Attack on Titan will make you sad.
As an anime fan, which one
Yeah,
should I watch next? Oh, hold on.
One.
Let's talk about
I'd
this.
recommend One Punch Man. Attack on Titan is long.
Yeah, One Punch Man.
It's a
only like 8
long,
episodes.
serious drama.
Should
but
we
it has
ju-
kind of a cool story?
Forrest, do we have anything
Like,
to
for
watch
like-
next week?
We can do True Detective, Night Country.
Shut up. All right. Anyway,
We can do Fargo.
let's do
We
anime.
can do
Let's
Fargo.
let's talk anime, Robbie.
We'll do One Punch Man.
Robbie, send me some anime. I'll watch like 3 episodes of like 5 animes you send me, and then we'll fucking talk about it next week or whatever. And let's readers, let's dive into this new genre, and then they're gonna be fucking
This brand new genre.
yeah, this brand new genre that no one's
just
ever heard of
started.
before called anime. It's
I didn't know you were like that out of it.
well, I mean,
Well,
in my
besides just,
defense,
like,
in my
Dragon
defense,
Ball and
Japan
stuff.
kicked me out 400 years ago, so I haven't been keeping up with them recently.
And they opened up like 200 years ago again. I don't know. But it's interesting since we're on the idea or the topic of anime and Netflix. There's this show called Pluto on Netflix, which is basically like a contemporary Astro Boy, which we all know, not major, but Astro Boy was the first anime in like the 60s or the 50s. This is like a contemporary retelling, not retelling, but like it has the character of Astro Boy in it. But I've heard good things about that. There's another show on Netflix called Bloodhounds. It's a South Korean show.
Yeah.
And it's like it takes place during the lockdown. It came out like it was like released this year, but like the story is set during the lockdowns of
Interesting.
2020. So you have this guy who's a boxer. His mom's gets indebted to this loan shark, and he has to like rescue his mom from the loan shark. So you see like all these car chases on the empty streets of South Korea, and like all these street fights on the streets of Korea. So it's just like almost like a ghost town or like a post-apocalyptic.
Just shot
show.
through the pandemic. That's
Yeah,
so
it's
great.
like it was like literally just like no one's on the streets. So
I don't know. Have you guys seen
um,
Castlevania on Netflix?
I watched the first season. I couldn't really get into it. It was just kind of like, yeah. It was like just it was just content. I mean, some people really liked it. It lasted like 3 or 4 seasons, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of video games, so I don't really have like
all right.
a dog in that fight.
Rob's gonna send me some videos or some recommendations. I'll watch them, and then we'll talk about next episode. However, caveat: Robbie's recommendations. That's right. One of my closest friends for 20 plus years, maybe. His recommendations will be superseded by a single tweet. If you tweeted us at Zealots Podcast with an episode of a specific anime, I will fucking watch that instead. Right? Rob's going to send me like a bunch of recommendations. You send me a bunch of your recommendations. I got a baby to watch, so I got some anime to watch too. Apparently, let's do this. I'm excited.
Well, don't watch any violent ones then. But yeah, that's our show. So I think Major, you've already sort of plugged our social media, but
yeah,
we're
one
on
more time.
YouTube, we're on-
We are blowing up on YouTube relative to our very small audience at the moment, right? But like the gears are turning, right? We've gone from a couple hundred views to over 13,000 views in a week. So fuck yeah, I appreciate everyone who's been listening, watching, all the new subscribers we have. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's our show. We'll think of something to talk about next week, hopefully. So I'm Forrest.
Major.
I'm Robbie.
And Tip was here. Thanks for listening.
You guys have a great night or day or morning. I'm just going to edit all this out anyway.